back to the Weekly Comet. I'm Tamara Conniff. My fearless co-host, Jonathan McHugh, is living it up in Sweden. So everyone out there is stuck with me alone tonight. In the studio, we have music supervisor Matt Sullivan, who's here to talk about the fantastic 80s romp, Rock of Ages, starring Tom Cruise. And we have indie band The Heavy Guilt, who describe themselves as Americana, avant-garde garage, folk blues, and psychedelic indie. So I'm gonna kick it over to The Heavy Guilt. Take it away, guys.
Cracks of time, words hollow, heavy weight, food for empty plates, meaning for fleeting peace of mind. Breath, I guess it has its reason, though I'm really needing something else. Somewhere that I don't believe in between where we fell. Sides, don't know which to take. That's the great debate. Options, not an option offered up. Stuck to a truth, sip some for your youth. Do not contemplate what's in your cup. Breath, I guess it has its reason, though I'm really needing something else. Somewhere that I don't believe in between where we stood, where we fell. Common sense, wait for consequence to fall upon the shoulder down the course. Hope and pray if that's your way. Soak in sun and say, shine a ray and show the hidden source. Well, I guess it has its reason, no, I'm really
guys are good. Wow, I hear music like that and I'm like, I've got the best job ever. The Heavy Guilt's going to be joining us later for an interview, and maybe they'll play another song. But for right now, it is time for the news. Okay, while Canadian Idol alum and Justin Bieber protege Carly Rae Jepsen's Call Me Maybe, which is all over the place right now, still holds the #1 spot on the Ultimate chart for yet a second week in a row. The Bieb has 2 top 10s, including a stellar debut of his song Die in Your Arms, which comes in at #4, and Boyfriend is at #7. The Bieb has a new album coming out. It's going to be Bieb all the time, all summer. Meanwhile, Pitbull's song from Men in Black 3 called Back in Time has jumped into the top 10 at #5. It's been quite a week for Lady Gaga and Madonna. The two are in a little bit of a feud. Well, first, Lady Gaga suffered a minor concussion while she was on tour in New Zealand, but of course she finished the show and said hi to all her fans. And she's been publicly defending Born This Way, her song, in light of Madonna's jabbing at her that she's been reductive and has ripped off Express Yourself. Gaga has, of course, commented on this, has not called Madonna out by name, but she said on stage during her tour stop, I don't even want to fight back because it's more important to me to keep writing music because that's what all I really care about. Things are really different than they were 25 years ago, and that's what makes Born This Way so relevant for me. And of course, she also announced to all her little monsters on Twitter that she has played her new album for her record label, and she's going to announce the album title in September. In movie news, the first 2 singles off the soundtrack to the film Sparkle, which is the remake of the 70s film starring Irene Cara, which stars the late Whitney Houston and American Idol winner Jordin Sparks, has been released. The film will hit theaters on August 17th, and the soundtrack will be released on July 31st. You can listen to the 2 songs at thecomet.com. Next, we have music supervisor Matt Sullivan. But first, watch this clip of Rock of Ages.
Christian, know the time has come, and you know that you're the only one to say, okay.
Where you going, what you're looking for.
You know those boys don't wanna play no more with you.
It's true.
Fantastic. Well, the first question is, what does this song mean? Like, this has always
motoring
been
down the street
like,
on a
right?
bus.
I've always been like, what Sister Christian? Like, what does it all mean?
Everyone always asks me that same question.
Right? And do you have the answer?
No, I don't. They're motoring down.
They're
and
motoring.
She's looking
You're
for
just
Mr.
motoring.
Right. That's what it's all about. Yeah.
And I wonder if the audience out there noticed that Mr. Sullivan actually sings.
Maybe if they saw me before, yeah, that was me in the bus.
Yes,
That was me in the bus.
It's so funny. When I saw the film, I was like, that's Matt.
Yeah.
How did you end up getting a cameo in the movie?
I did a lot of the casting of like the band in the movie, as well as a lot of the extra singers. So I started casting we shot, that was one of our last things we shot in the movie. And we started picking out, the bus driver we were supposed to be really driving down a bus, but meanwhile we're in a big sound stage. And the bus driver is actually Julianne's driver. So
That's funny.
And he's not a singer at all, so we had to revoice him. And so we started, looking for other people, and I just found the guy's right up front, and I told the director, Adam Shankman, like, I don't want to have to voice a guy. It's the beginning of the movie. That's the very first 30, 40 seconds of the movie. I was like, let's find a ringer. Let's get a guy in there that knows how, knows how to sing, knows the song. He's like, fine, just do it. And I was like, okay.
So you're a singer, obviously. Is this one of your like secret?
I can hold a tune, I think.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was really
and
cool.
the best part is, because at the end credits are alphabetical, our first appearance.
In order of
You're like
appearance.
the fourth credit.
Third.
Not third.
And the third credit. Or maybe the fourth, I don't know.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
And the young girl in the bus is Garrett Grant, who's our producer. That's his daughter. She's so cute. You'll be all right tonight.
Adorable.
Yeah, she's really adorable.
No, I love
Yeah.
that scene. I love that
It was
you're
fun.
in it.
It was fun to shoot. Also, when when I'm on the set all the time with all the singers, and anytime we have any music on the set, I'm always involved. And that bus, was cramped. In the front of the bus we had 3 cameras going, and so I had to be on the bus anyway. So
you might as well
it made
like,
it-
I might as well break
made
in a
it easy.
song.
Yeah, I'll
why
just
not?
break into song and start. It's true. Yeah.
How did you get involved with the film?
I got involved with the film a long time ago. The first time I saw a script was September 2009. So that was like, it'll be almost 3 years from the day. But I was involved even before that when I got a call from New Line, who I did Hairspray with, and they said, we have this musical, go see it in New York, it's off Broadway. And as soon as I saw it, I was addicted. I was, a musical that guys like me, 40 years old, and I'm not really the prototype for going to see musicals, so it's something I wanted to see.
It's the soundtrack of.
Yeah, it's 80s
it's the
rock and
soundtrack
roll
of our
music.
lives.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's 80s rock and roll, and it's Foreigner, Def Leppard, Whitesnake, Twisted Sister. I mean, where else can you have Twisted Sister sung by Catherine Zeta-Jones?
Well, we have to talk about the Twisted Sister sequence because it's actually one of my favorites, and just to kind of give the audience a little bit of background. So Catherine Zeta-Jones' character is like totally anti the strip, totally anti rock and roll. She's like waging this big campaign, and there's a scene in the movie where she and her, ladies luncheon women,
the church ladies.
The church ladies are on the strip protesting, and they're like, we're not going to take it. And they literally sing, we're not going to take it by Twisted. What's interesting about it is that, of course, Dee Snider was the person who appeared in front of Congress.
Heavy campaigner.
Was a heavy campaigner for, free speech when everyone was attacking music. So how did that come about? Because the irony is so genius.
I hope a lot of people, really catch that, because the big thing was that when we came up with the idea, We're Not Going to Take It is in the stage show, but we lost a couple characters in the stage show, these foreign developers, and Catherine Zeta-Jones' character was developed, and but we wanted this riot sequence to happen, and I was sitting in a room with Adam Anders, our music producer, and Adam Shankman, the director, and we thought about what song can she sing, and it's like automatically, it's like, what better song than the guy who was so against Tipper Gore back in the 80s and against, she was so against rock and roll, and he was fighting her. Let's use his song and have her sing it. The irony is going to be fantastic.
So perfect.
And it's great. It's the mash between that and then the mash of Built This City by Jefferson Starship. And, that was a really cool mashup idea to come up with. We were in the same meeting, and as soon as we start talking about it, the director's sitting next to me, and he says, we built this city, and I started saying, we're not going to take it. We built this city, we're not going to take it. And we just came up with the mash right there on the couch.
And there's also great cameos in it. There's Kevin Cronin and Sebastian Bach, who are also, of course, on the side of we built this city.
Yeah. Nuno Betancourt from Extreme, and Debbie Gibson got herself in there.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, Debbie. I wanted her to be a church lady, and she's
Which
like,
she
I'm a
should've-
rocker. And I'm like, You're a church lady.
I'm not even going to
She's
comment.
like, no,
I'm
I'm a rocker.
not even going to touch that one.
But yeah, she was fun.
Yeah, no,
she went for it.
It's actually great.
She went for it.
But I have to say, for me, you know, Tom Cruise owns the film.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
this
does.
is literally Tom Cruise's film. Stacey Jacks and Tom's voice is incredible. Like, how did you work? I mean, you were involved in all the music, all the singing, like everything, the mix. Like, how did you and Tom work together, and how did his character evolve?
Well, the movie really depended upon if Tom was going to do the film. We for a couple of weeks the movie was dead, and Tom was with a vocal coach and trying to see if he could actually sing.
Was he with our friend?
He was with Ron Anderson,
Okay.
who was Axl Rose's vocal coach back in the 80s. He went on tour for a couple of years. So they spent about 2 weeks together, and Anders and I went in. Adam Anders and I went into to his house, and we sat down with Tom. And we was like, okay, let's hear it. So he started doing some vocal exercises, and we're like, okay, Wanted Dead or Alive, let's hear it. And you know, he started singing, and his range. The high stuff, it was right there, and then the low stuff, you know, he had this voice where we didn't want to emulate Axl, we didn't want to go after, you know, Def Leppard sound or
Because then it would be derivative.
or Motley Crue or anything. We wanted it to be Stacey Jacks. We wanted it to be the man, Stacey Jacks, and what was that voice? And it's not Tom Cruise. So he was, you know, already in 2 weeks. We're like, okay. Now take a little bit out of the head, get down in a little bit more chest, and he just right on the spot, and we discovered Stacey Jacks' voice right there, and we just looked at it. We just looked at me like, you can do the movie, and he's like, really? And he's like, yeah, you sound great.
He sounds incredible.
Yeah, and the testament to it is we didn't put Paradise City in the movie really until about a few months ago in post-production, because he shows up a little bit later in the film, not too late, but a little bit later, and I wanted him present in the movie somehow. So you don't see him on camera singing Paradise City, but at the very beginning of the movie, it's him singing Paradise City.
Wow.
And so we recorded that just a few months ago, and you know, I never thought about it. Axl Rose, and if you really listen to that song, it is so hard to sing.
It is so hard to sing.
So hard to sing. We never thought twice about it. We're like, Tom, we want you to sing Paradise City. It's a really hard song. And he's just like, have you met me? I'm like, oh, yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. We have another building for you to climb. Yeah.
Wow, I mean, it truly is amazing. And I read that, and I love this, that, you know, Tom was really conscious about not having a derivative character and trying to really find who Stacey Jacks was. And his idea was Hey Man, which is the name of a monkey.
Yeah.
So did Tom literally come in one day and was like, I need a monkey?
I remember I was with the director, and he's like, Tom just called him and he wants a monkey. And we're like, say what? He's like, he wants a monkey called Hey Man. He wants it to be his best friend. You know, back in the day, who else had a monkey back in the 80s? Michael Jackson. So, you know, it's a little pop culture reference.
Right.
And it also just shows that this guy is off his rocker. He's living in his own world. And, you know, he's been a rock star for a long time. He's not the up-and-comer Stacey Jacks. He's been out on the circuit. He's been around for a while. And he's probably lost a lot of friends. His band hates him. And who's his best friend? A baboon.
I love that it's a baboon. It's not like a little monkey.
No, it's a big monkey.
It's a big baboon.
He escaped on the set one night.
Hey Man. He did.
5 o'clock in the morning, it's all of a sudden the trainer's like, nobody move. The monkey is missing. He was gone for like 45 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, like 500 extras on the set. Everyone's just standing still.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy.
And the way Stacey Jacks says, he's like, Hey Man.
Hey Man.
And so you never know if he's just saying, Hey Man, or if it's like the baboon. I mean, the whole thing is just comedy. I mean, it's really...
His first scene of Alec is probably one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen. They are brilliant together, to the point of like, God, you know, maybe we should write a scene and go and reshoot something with them together, because it's gold. It's priceless.
So
it really
good.
Is. Not that gold isn't priceless, but yeah.
So everyone, please see this movie. It truly is a good time. I mean, it genuinely
Nothing but a good time.
It's nothing but a good time. I mean, Russell Brand's amazing. Catherine Zeta-Jones, I mean, the entire cast.
Big cast, a lot of people.
And you were on the set forever and mixed and did all this, like the sound effects, and were part of everything.
Yeah, just, everything from rehearsals, getting Tom, helping get Tom prepared and the rest of the cast. And then all the recordings of the vocals and music, and on the set and in the dub stage, working and get it and sound like really cool in a 5.1 environment. It's your chance to see your 80s songs in a big surround sound, rock and roll environment. It's a big party, I think.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming on the show.
you very much.
And
Thank you for
everyone,
having
please
me.
see this movie. You will not regret it. Next up, the Heavy Guilt are going to join me on the couch, but first watch their video to Fallen.
Like a forest fire
Love the bear. And we have the heavy guilt with us. We have Al and Eric sitting on the couch on the hot seat without a baboon.
No baboon.
And you didn't bring the bear.
No bears. We have very little animal stories to bring.
You just have badass music.
There's a deer
This
on our album cover.
is their second album, In the Blood. It's available on vinyl and on CD and digitally. It's amazing. Tell me about making this record. I think you guys used Kickstarter, right, to fund it? Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
So why kind of choose to use Kickstarter and use the fan base to do it?
Well, it definitely helps to be a broke band with no money, but lofty goals and dreams and whatnot. So, there's that aspect and just letting our fans kind of take part, be active participants in the record.
Right.
And we really wanted to put it on vinyl because we had a sound that we thought translated well to, just that old vintage sound. So we kickstarted. We try to make like very reasonable, very reasonable donations and rewards and stuff like that. So, $10 would get you a CD, and for I don't know how much, but we might make breakfast in your kitchen one day or something like that.
Hey, I would like you guys to make breakfast in my kitchen.
And we would like to make records.
As long as you guys, play too, make it like a whole thing.
Whatever.
Absolutely.
How did you? You guys have an amazing sound. You have 5 members, right? How did you guys come together?
And there's actually 6 of us.
6?
Yeah.
5 here.
5
or
here.
am I having like a
No,
secret?
no, definitely 6 of
5
us.
today.
Yeah. I think one of them's catching up on Breaking Bad before the season premieres or something like that.
What?
Right? He's got a daughter at home, so.
So tell me about how you guys formed and how you came together.
We've been together for about 3 years, and before that, I was a friend of Al's other band, the K-23 Orchestra, and I knew they were breaking up, so he sent out an email saying that they were starting a new project. Him and Josh wrote all these songs. So I emailed him, we talked a couple times, and then hooked up with Jason and Sean and went through 4 or 5 drummers.
We went through a lot. We were like Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so
and we
funny.
found Jenny.
And Jenny is amazing.
Good old Craigslist
Yeah.
Jenny.
Craigslist Jenny, rock and roll.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And you have a very diverse musical setup.
Yeah, I watched a lot of MacGyver and Sanford and Son growing up, and it's the offspring of a lot of yard sales and swap meets, things of that nature.
But all sorts of sounds. When you guys are composing or when you're putting your music together, how do you kind of work in those different sounds? Do you play with these different instruments? I would call them instruments, even though they're like.
I just bang on stuff.
You just that's like easily said, but like you don't just bang on stuff. Do you experiment with stuff, or how does it kind of come together?
I guess our songs come together a lot of different ways. I write the lyrics, and generally either like Sean, Josh, or Eric have come up with the music. And Sean writes a song, it's usually music first, then lyrics second.
Right.
Josh writes a song, it's lyrics first, then Josh writes the music around it, and then we take those kind of basic ideas and then get together as the 6-piece and just kind of hammer them out and see what works and what doesn't. So you've heard there's a lot of different versions of these songs before they kind of come into fruition. But then we'll play them out live and we'll see what works and what doesn't and go from there.
Right, I was just going to ask, you probably work some of the stuff out when you're playing live because you've got such a sound and you experiment. So you probably are working stuff out when you're playing it out.
Oh yeah, and that's part of the fun of the live
Right.
show is you get a very different experience than listening to the album.
Right.
Yeah.
How is In the Blood sort of different or an evolution from your debut?
It's funny, on our first record, we kind of met in the studio. Where me and Josh had written, I think all 11 or 12 of the songs that are on there before we had actually met Eric. And when we met Eric, it was like this blessing because we taught him one song and he sung it and we were like, oh my God, that's the way we wish that we sounded when we sing, but we definitively don't. So, we were like, dude, we gotta record a band because this guy has an incredible voice. And he's, if you don't mind me saying, he's never been in a band before this one. So it's just this like,
Welcome.
The rookie.
yeah, he's the new.
Welcome to the rest of your life.
Yeah. So it's awesome. He's got no ego or anything
Fantastic,
like that. Yeah. He's
Until he's bringing the baboon.
the third album,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
He's got Hey Now, the Baboon, and we're in trouble.
Hey, man.
But, well, your baboon will have a different.
Oh, no, you guys have a grizzly bear.
That sounds fantastic.
We'll
I
work
think
on
that's
that.
his Facebook picture, actually, is a grizzly bear. But yeah.
And so this was really like you guys, for the first album you kind of met in the studio and then you played out a lot and then the second album kind of came out of that.
Played out a lot and then kind of refined it in the studio.
Interesting.
We went
That's-
backwards.
That's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have to ask, I know it's kind of like a cheesy question. Band name, how did that come about?
That's a me
Yeah,
question,
yeah.
yeah.
Heavy,
Al was the band name.
heavy guilt.
I want to just call it the guilt, because like especially the first album is slower, ominous, kind of brooding music, and it just had this kind of guilty tone to it.
Right.
And I think there's like some guilt band in Vegas.
Are you guilt-ridden?
I got parents.
You got issues?
Yeah, there's some guilt.
Little guilt.
Yeah, I did some stuff in the
Yeah, some
90s. Yeah. But yeah, like there was a band in Las Vegas called Guilt, and I was like, we're heavier than that band. And
So you're heavy.
we're the heavy Guilt.
You're the heavy guilt.
We're
I
the
like
heavy
it.
Guilt, yeah. And then it kind of stuck. And now it's too late.
And now you're stuck with it.
I literally
basically.
have the logo tattooed.
Oh
on my arm,
yeah, so yeah, it's over. You're going to be the heavy
yeah.
guilt forever.
Till death do us.
Will you guys play another song?
We'd be honored to.
Sure.
Fantastic. Take it away.
Can we say one more thing?
Please.
This song is going to be available for free on our Facebook at The Heavy Guilt. Free download, and it's a brand new song.
Fantastic. Okay, everybody, we're gonna the weekly comment will tweet that out to everybody, and we'll put it on our Facebook, so we'll make sure that people know where to go and download it. Thank you very much. So thank you guys. Take it away.
When you're feeling low and cold, and taking sides with all you know, something new calls out to you. You slam the door shut, walk. Nothing more than left alone. Desert clouds and hollow bones. Halfway out, you're halfway home. Every step over. Summer came and went again. People think like crazy sound. When the game comes to an end, when the youth slips through your hand, when a wound so slow to heal, when the truth has been concealed, what is left to be revealed? Is there nothing you can fix? Too far, too fast. Don't forget the names you have. You're tethered to a crippled past, like the cat holding you back. Summer came and went again. Simple things like crazy sound. When the pain comes to an end, when the youth slips through your hand. When I won't so slow to heal, no truth has been concealed. What is out to be revealed? Is there nothing you can feel? Didn't kill but wore you down. Born still but still around. New skin on staple crown. Stronger than the chains that have bound. Summer came and went again. Simple things grains of sand. No can't talk to it. No you slip through your hand. When I won't talk slow to heal. The truth has been concealed. What is there to be revealed? There's nothing you can do. Summer came and went again. Simple things like grains of sand. No can't talk to it. No you slip through your hand. When I won't talk slow to heal. The truth has been concealed. What is there to be revealed? There's nothing you can do.
You guys are amazing. Everyone, just so you know, Al literally broke his tambourine. He was playing so hard. Thank you so much to the Heavy Guilt for being on the show. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will see you next week. Good night.